Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Dungeons and Chickens, episode 17, the podcast where chickens fight back.
Bok, bok, bitch.
Oh.
It is great to be back, everybody.
It is.
So, for last time, our heroes found themselves escaping from the large cavernous space that they were in last time, and where they fought the drowned king, and managed to decapitate him along with and managing to escape from the hole through some luck and tomfoolery along the way,
Tomfoolery.
and managing to create a spiral staircase up to the top. Our heroes exited this large cavern and made their way out of the building entirely and camped out, I believe, a little bit to the east of the ruins, just to get a bit of distance from it in total. While messing around with some potions, our heroes were able to get Delilah unsuspended from air after drinking a potion that was apparently very wispy in its bottle. And she is now back to normal on the ground, making a parachute. And then they took a long rest, and on one of their watches, I believe, I'm trying to think, I think Delilah, you noticed, because you're high up, you noticed a large moving object in the distance that was like kind of like a sort of like a blob sort of thing.
I wonder why she was high up.
Very suspicious.
And she passed on this concern to other people on watch, and eventually in the morning, our heroes noticed that this sort of blob that was wandering in the darkness. Come morning time, just over the horizon, this blob was noticed to be individual sort of people, and each of these people had glints on them, as if something was like reflecting off of them. And Lyris, quickly taking charge of the situation, noticed that they started to move in a particular way that Lyris kind of clued onto. And in order to get some sort of refuge and some safety, our heroes went and took refuge within the ruins that they just left. Now, once inside, they were trying to go back under to make sure, so they could trying to go back into the main cavern to see if they could buy some time or just wait until they leave.
Lock ourselves in, sort of thing.
However, as they attempted to go down, they would have to jump all the way back down again, and because last time they took around 20 points fall damage each last time they did that, so they did not jump down in time. And you heard a voice say, "You are surrounded." It's like, who are you? Come out with your hands up and your weapons drawn, or weapons dropped, not drawn. And you heard a little bit of a mini argument, and quickly you heard, "And bring us all of your money." And Lyris, in response, said the phrase,
I said, I'm pretty certain I said, yeah, well, this is one hell of a storm we're having at the moment. We'll be out shortly.
And then the voice replied back, "Who are you?" And that is where we left off. Now, the building, you do not know how far they are or what they are doing. You're just inside this building, and that's all the information you have so far. You're trying to get down, but the only way you could get down would be seemingly to jump, unless.
Well, didn't Beatrix go down and hurt herself?
I believe she did. I think.
How did she get down? Did she throw herself down? What do we do? I can't even remember now.
Let me check her hit points.
We had rope.
Had.
We had it because the stairs went down and we wanted her to go down.
Oh, she's at 7 hit points. She fell.
Yeah, I can't remember how, but yeah, I think it might have been a case of we lowered her in and then she dropped, because I think the plan was that she was going to go down and then sit on the throne to make the stairs go up.
Yeah, okay, so I believe she's down there, and that has just been announced, and she is going over to the throne. But the chamber is pretty large and almost 100. It's more than 100 feet wide across. So
yeah,
even sprinting, it may take a few more seconds to actually get there.
She can't see anything either.
Correct.
And she's like
sprinting in the dark. She's like sprinting in the dark, and she probably broke something falling from that height.
Rip.
Still alive though. Still alive.
Still kicking. Hopefully, Salem and Saul are okay wherever we left them, because I think they're still outside somewhere. Okay, so they've just called in and said, "Who are you?" So
one notable voice did. Yes.
Yeah. So my first reaction is to again repeat myself. I think I didn't make myself clear. This is one hell of a storm we're having out there at the moment.
Okay. 1 second.
As he's doing that, can I just like look at Lyris in disbelief? Like, it's clear skies. What are you talking about?
It's a secret. It's a secret code. I'm trying to find out if they're Falcon soldiers.
It's a really shit code because it's not even like it wouldn't even be true.
I mean, if they were Falcon soldiers, they would reply properly. Let's just see what they say.
Okay, or whatever. Although I think that you should change it to this is some really nice weather we're having.
I mean, we can speak to the Falcon leaders about changing that at a later date if you'd like.
Delilah,
Yeah, let's do that when we take over. Yes, me.
You in particular, nobody else catches on to it. You hear some slight clanks of armor, although very subtle because these are heavily armored people. The plate armor does. Oh wait, they get. Oh yeah, that's much worse. Okay, so you can hear some clanks. It wouldn't be faint, and it wouldn't be like. It seems that they are, and you hear these clanks coming from sort of to the left and right of you. And while you don't see anything inside the building currently, I mean, from what you can tell, you hear these like faint metal clanks coming from outside of the walls on the left and right side of you.
I think we're being surrounded. Lyris, help.
Just get Beatrix to open up that staircase. We need to head down.
Okay, like I call down the tunnel, like I like put my hand like over my mouth and go, Beatrix!
It's like you're possessed.
Okay.
Are you alive?
You just hear, what?
I asked you first.
It's dark.
Crawl on your hands and knees. Sneeze.
Okay, and then
Sneeze?
she's like, okay. And then you hear like a splash of water as like you assume she got her hands and knees and starts crawling. Yeah. As far as what you hear from the person that announced this, like, who are you? And then you said, I suppose you didn't hear me. And then shortly after that, this is all going on like simultaneously. Shortly after you said that, he said, "This is your last warning. Come outside right now. We will not take any second chances."
I don't want to.
So Lyris kind of like, you kind of see him cotton on, and I kind of lean back to Alora and Delilah. Okay, I'm pretty certain that they are not Steelfist Legion. So that leaves two options. Either they are Ashenland soldiers, to which we can probably convince our way out of this situation, considering that we managed to get through Brolcog. I reckon we can maybe explain our situation. They would understand. Or they might just be some bandits. I don't know. We might be able to take them if you don't think there's many of them.
When I could hear the armor, like, was I able to ascertain how many potentially there were? Going by
Make a
number of
perception
clanks?
check. Because you picked that up from the only reason you picked that up is because your passive perception.
It's because I'm clever.
You got a high wisdom.
10.
It's undiscernible. You just hear some from the left and right. You're not sure how many or how numerous they are. How many there are.
There could be 4 or there could be a couple hundred of them. I'm not sure. So I think we're a little bit fucked.
Okay, well, how about this? If Beatrix can quickly get that staircase up, we'll go down. We'll remove the staircase by getting Beatrix off the chair or getting someone else to sit on it. When they come in, we can talk to them from afar because they won't be able to hurt us from 100 feet up. And, obviously, if they come down, then we can attack them and they'll be
They
damaged.
could starve us out, though. They could literally just siege us.
This is why you're the wise one.
Are you an ex-soldier?
Right as you say that, you hear a doom, and then from below the hatch, you hear this, and so this you see stone rising. You can see the stone staircase it goes and connects to the top as it did before, and kind of twists a little bit and connects. So you guys now have the spiral staircase downward. She's like, I got it.
What's up?
Or how about this? Who thinks they're a good enough? Who thinks they're a good enough actor? Okay, this might be far fetched, but it could work. What if? I don't want anyone to get hurt here. What if we go down to the bottom? We all of us but one person lays on the ground as if we've been killed, and then we hide Beatrix over by the chair, and then one person shouts up as if there's some kind of crazy. Oh, we pretend to be the king, and we could pretend that we've killed all these adventurers, and now we're gonna kill everyone else. And then you could pretend to have magic, and just as you raise your hands, Beatrix could sit on the chair, and then the staircase will go up, and whoever these people are, they'll run in fear, thinking, "Oh my gosh, this person can control staircase with their hands, and they've just killed these adventurers, so they're clearly gonna kill us." That would work.
Wait, so you're suggesting we pretend to be the king?
Yeah, we could pretend to be the king. We could lie down we're dead bodies, and we could use the staircase gimmick as pretending the person has magic that is gonna and make them scared.
Why do we have
We're
to
going
pretend
to
that we're
give you
the
to the
king?
count
They
of
might not...
5.
Oh, motherfucker. We might not... why do we have to pretend to be the king? They probably don't even know who the king is.
I have
5.
very
Shall we head
good
downstairs?
charisma.
Give us 10 seconds.
I have
4.
very good charisma. I'm just saying.
We're coming
I have
out.
high
3.
charisma as well.
Okay, go.
Let's just talk ourselves out of it. It's fine. They're gonna come in.
2.
Let's just act natural. And then Delilah just kind of she cocks her knee and puts her hand up on her head and tries to look as nonchalant as she can.
1.
Can I just grab them? I know. In panic, I just sit next to Delilah as well, just casually.
So you get
Yeah.
okay. So just to break down the situation, he just called 1, and just to break this down, you and Delilah and Lyris are sitting in this sort of broken in the ruins, not in the hatch, not in this open room.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Alora, you went down the staircase, right?
Did I?
Did
don't
you? I
remember
mean,
that.
what would you have done?
Well, yeah, I would have.
Would have gone down. Okay, so you would have gone
Maybe
down the staircase.
maybe
Okay.
just a few steps down, just peering over the top of the top step.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. If you're doing that, make a stealth check for me, Alora.
Fuck. Okay. Sure. I can't spell. There we go. Oh, 12.
I mean, pretty good. It's a pretty good spot.
Yay!
As one is called, you see from the from the windows that you guys entered in on the right side of the building, you guys see a number of heavily armored individuals. You see plate armor. They're wearing silver plate armor. They kind of climb their way up. You see a white soldier. Then you see like a black soldier, and then it's like a bunch of these soldiers start pouring in through the sides of the I would say maybe there are 2 that climb up through the top to the right window, and the other ones kind of funnel through the front, and you can kind of see these sort of short long sword holding individuals coming over their I don't even know how to say it. They come in like through the doorway with like shields drawn forward and short swords held up in the air, and they all kind of flood into the room. There are about, you can count 10 of these
Oh, I was close with
people.
4 then.
10 people walk in through the front and kind of make like a line in front and just kind of stay there still, holding their position. All of them have stern faces, and none of them really seem to give much reaction to you at all. And that is all the soldiers that you guys can pick up on for right now. And after that's called, he says, well, and you can kind of see like through the like where the doorway was, where there's like this like line of soldiers. The two in the standing like in front of the doorway, kind of like, although it's like this huge massive archway, two of the ones in the center sort of split and like go like and walk in front of two other soldiers and like part the way for this one guy. And you can see this fairly muscular, like very, very buff, like gentleman. I would say he's around like 6'5".
Bro.
He comes walking through the doorway, very, very muscular, and you can see he's also wearing the silver plate armor. He has a long sword at his waist, and you can see he has some sort of branded icon on his like right above like on his right breast armor. And you can kind of see he does not carry a shield with him, and he has this black mustache. It goes like across, and then it kind of twirls. So it goes and and it kind of does like the a little twirl at the end. Kind of the twirls like off the face. He has very nice hair. It seems to be very well combed and seem to be kind of slicked as well, and it's kind of like slicked back, sort of. Very sleek black hair, and he walks in. He says, "We gave you to the count of 5. Now, who are you, and why do you know that phrase?"
Can I firstly ask if so you say silver armor, do I recognize the armor at all? Is it obviously Felgon Legion?
So yeah, for the Steel Fist
Fist.
Legion, that you can heavily, like, this is an instant reminder that this is the armor that you are wearing. This is the armor that they have. It looks a bit different from when you wore it. They look like they've sort of upgraded a bit. But you can recognize the sort of steel, the glint from the steel that you've seen before. You can recognize it that this is Steel Fist Legion armor.
Okay, so it is Steel Fist Legion. Okay.
Everyone is
Oh,
wearing the
fuck.
Steel Fist Legion armor.
Okay.
Seems to be wearing it, yeah.
I mean, the better question would be, if you knew my phrase, why didn't you respond with the correct answer?
Yeah.
I know.
Delilah's like hiding behind Lyris now, though. Like she was like posing, like casually, and then when she saw all of them come in, and so it was like gigantic man come in, she was like, "Nope, fuck this." And
I just like
Lyris.
I just moved my shield just like there, like to my left, just like in front of Delilah. Like,
Yeah, you can just see basically like the tip of my hat from behind it as I like peek over the top.
We are not forced to respond to criminals.
how?
That's rude.
I mean, there are no criminals sat here. Only a only a Steel Fist Legion soldier escorting the prisoners. So you should have responded with the correct phrase. I should report you to your superior for this.
Okay, so for the prisoner bit, I would say up to you if you want to make a persuasion or intimidation check.
I'll make a persuasion. Because obviously at the moment it's only Delilah, so there's only the one person.
Have I got any? Oh, hang on. I guess I'll really quickly check my bag. I want to help him, and I want to like make my hands look like they're bound,
Okay,
and be like, "Oh no, help me, please!" Like that.
I gotcha.
Could I do that and give him an assist for his role or something, or maybe
Okay,
I have to
so
roll
make a
performance. I don't know.
make a performance check for me to see like how good at acting you are in this moment.
Oh, I only got 10. That's just a fucking +4.
You act your heart out.
I do. I do. I'm like trying to get out those tears as well. I'm scrunching up my face.
But I would say it doesn't. In this case, it would give you advantage. So, Myers, go ahead and roll with advantage for either intimidation or persuasion.
I'll go persuasion. So I'll say again. Oh, no, I'll just roll. 17 with advantage.
Okay. So he says, "Fine, soldier. What is your name?"
Give me a second.
Bob.
Bill,
um,
Ben, it's bent over.
wait, I don't know.
It's up dog.
1 second. I'm trying to see if I made a note of this name I would like to use.
Okay. So
Okay, no.
okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully, I'm gonna make reference. I'm just gonna copy and paste something from my bio to you, Drybones, because I want you to be aware that this is in my bio.
Okay.
Might be worth you knowing. Because I'm gonna say, let me think of a first name. Write it down here so I don't forget. I'm gonna put it here as
Okay. So while
okay, I'm ready.
yeah, all right.
My name, I'm surprised you don't recognize me by my status. My name is Nigel Marshlash. Do you not know who I am? I'm the cousin of Blivad Marshlash. How dare you question who I am?
Okay. At this point, I would like to just kind of get a piece of information that'll be important, just kind of out there.
Sure.
And it's pretty potent to the situation. So, Lyris, in your head and in your life, you've known the Steel Fist Legion and their ranks and their way of life at this point. And I kind of just wanted to break down these ranks just so you can like everybody else and people at home can probably understand as well. So, in the Steel Fist Legion, it is a military sort of based army. It is like basically military city state that occupies the size of a country, and they are completely ruled by the Steel Fist Legion and the individuals who are running it. And in these Steel Fist region ranks, there are a number of roles that individuals can fall under. The first and the highest is the ruling commander. At the top of the Steel Fist region ranks, the Steel Fist are the ruling commander. In this case, their current ruling commander is Jalen Shadow, that you know of, Lyris.
Mm-hmm.
And the ruling commander is the head of the Steel Fist Legion, and by extension, all of Failgon. They are the ultimate decider of all the legislation that gets passed in Failgon and has complete control over the Steel Fist Legion military actions. However, the ruling commander of the Steel Fist Legion differs from other rulers of other nations. The ruling commander themselves are also the strongest member of the Steel Fist Legion army, and they have gotten to that position of power through brute force as well as pure talent. Underneath is the vice ruling commander. Second from the top of the Steel Fist Legion ranks is the vice ruling commander. Currently is the name you said out loud. Lyris, you would know this to be Blivad Marshlash.
That's the one.
And those names I mentioned earlier, those names are the only Lyris would know as well. And this position is a trusted ally of the ruling commander within the Steel Fist Legion ranks. The vice ruling commander works alongside the ruling commander and helps manage all Steel Fist Legion troops based on the legislation that the ruling commander passes. Third in command is the officers, third in the Steel Fist Legion ranks, and while previous ranks have been one individual in the position, this position in particular, the officers, have dozens of spots. Individuals performing its duties. So there are a number of officers within the Legion as well. These individuals are responsible for hundreds of troops and translate the Legion, like the legislation passed by the ruling commander, to the common streets of Failgon and on the battlefield. They may vary in personality, but one thing is true for all of them: they are exceptionally skilled in combat and their leadership. And second to last is the fourth in the Steel Fist Legion ranks, and they are the closest to regular soldiers in ranks. They are used. They are field generals. They are used in the Legion to command foot soldiers on and off battle, Lyris, you would know this is the rank that your parents achieved as well. This is what your parents. This is what rank your parents achieved. Lastly, and most common, are the foot soldiers. These are the most common soldiers in the Legion, embodying their courage, might, and spirit into trained soldiers who are made into taking orders from their superiors without question and to keep the peace. Now, while that is the main scheme, Lyris, go ahead and roll a intelligence check for me because you're going to try and recall information.
Okay. Intelligence, say 5.
While you,
I've been
it's
gone for a long
fuzzy.
time.
It's fuzzy. There's one rank that you do remember heard in whispers. This rank is called the Unfrozen. They are a rank that you have heard whispers of, and you don't exactly know where they fall within the ranks, but you know that they are not widely known, and they are. It's quite secretive in just in general. And you have no idea what they play within the Legion, but you've heard whispers about them from the foot soldiers themselves. That's what you can recall.
Okay.
All right, and that's the end of that piece of information
Cool.
as well. So, with that being said,
Do you want me to say what I said again, just to kind of bring it back?
Yeah, you said you were okay. Go ahead.
So,
Yeah, go and repeat yourself.
Paraphrasing, I said, how dare you not recognize me? I am the cousin of Blyvard Marshlash, and I am escorting a secret prisoner. You should have known. You should have said the second part of the phrase.
Okay, so even though I gave you the option before, I'm going to say make an intimidation check because you are directly trying to intimidate this guy.
Am I intimidating you? Am I? 17 again. It's like it was fate.
Okay, so when you're intimidating him, he says, I have never seen you before. I guess it wouldn't be too far-fetched, but I can't really take any risks now, can I? Go ahead and hand them over to my control. As an officer of the Steelfist Legion, we will make sure to take them to the right kind of people.
I've been on this mission since I was in my teenage years. I have been on this for so long. You will not take this prisoner from me. I am this close to getting home, and I will take them home myself. I've handled myself up to this point. I don't need the lackey of some general foot soldiers and field generals just to help me do the last few yards.
And you kind of hear everybody at this point kind of hears this like sort of like stretching of bowstring, and you can kind of see behind you that you can kind of hear behind you this noise of more tension in bowstrings as they kind of like pull back. And he says, I think you misunderstood me. I'm saying I will take them. That was not a request. It was an order.
How am I going to reply to this? Let's think smart, Charlie.
Whilst this conversation is occurring,
Yep.
they can only see my hat, right? Or maybe like the tip of my hat over the shield.
So they are kind of like on a slant upwards. I would say they could see your person, your body, pretty much, because they have a good view on Lyris, and by extension, if you're next to him, bounded, they can see.
I'm more behind him. I like stepped out to perform.
Yeah, and they could see even more then because they're looking at Lyris, and by extension, they can see you right below him.
Shit. Okay. Charlie, is there anything in particular that you wanted to say here, or?
So, unless you've got anything you're about to do, I'm just my next reply. Like, stop me if you've got something you're going to do, but otherwise, I'll do my next reply.
No, you go ahead. This is important for you, I think. Go for it.
No worries. Let me just actually need to quickly read something as well. Yeah, no, ignore me. Oh wait, is it that? Okay, yeah, it's fine. I should go and speak to my. Wait, if I work out again. If I said I'm a cousin, yeah, it's fine. I should go and speak to Blyvards himself about this disrespect. How dare you? Firstly, not even respond in the correct manner. Secondly, not even to introduce yourself and your rank. Who am I even speaking to?
Oh shit.
Okay. I'll keep your intimidation roll from earlier. And in this case, he will say, I am an officer of the Steel Fist Legion military. If you are who you say you are, and I have inclinations to believe you because of your armor and your bound prisoner, and I don't know why your friend is hiding in that hole over there, but I know that at least you should respect my position as an officer, and we will take your friends into custody with you if you would like to join us. We're going to be stationed here in the ruins in order to launch a secret mission that we've been assigned here. You can choose to agree or not. If you do not agree, then we will take you as prisoner along with your friends. If not, then be prepared. Then thank you for complying, and we would appreciate you being unbound because we could use more help if you're offering it.
My friends.
Oh!
I don't spit on you. To be clear,
Okay, good.
I just spit to the side. How dare you reference these as my friends? I have been escorting. Yes, there is one hiding in the stairs. That one gets a bit nervous sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was behind me, but you had all my attention for a moment. I'll make sure she's punished later. These, I don't even want to call them people. I have been escorting them halfway across the continent. Now, you can do whatever you want to do in these ruins. We were on our way out. We are going directly to Failgon, and you can watch me as I walk away with them. I have been on this unfrozen mission now for years. And if you are going to interrupt me at these late stages, then you'll have to speak to Blyvard himself to explain why.
Well, you make some good points. I will not lie to you. So here's what I'll offer you, friend. You go ahead and leave these not people here, and you can go. You can go. You can go to Blyvad. And it could be a little game of sorts. You can walk and go away, and I'll have my archers stationed outside shoot at you the whole time. So if you want to do that, you can. But this is not a negotiation.
Oh, you're right. This isn't a negotiation. Because I would love to see the look on Blyvard's face when you explain to him why you shot his beloved cousin who's been sent on a mission for this long.
This conversation bores me. Sees them, and then you can kind of see the 10 soldiers lined up are going, and I would say 4 of them go and from the left and right sides kind of break off and go and grab not they go up and I say go ahead.
So right as he says grab him, can I again if you need me to make a roll dexterity or anything, that's fine, but can I at the same time that they're moving towards us, can I shout Beatrix now and grab Delilah and just kind of jump on the top of the staircase, with the idea being hopefully the Beatrix will jump off the chair and lower the staircase.
Okay.
It doesn't work like that, Charlie.
I thought it was when they Beatrix
No,
came
it's
off
when
the
somebody
staircase.
else sits on the chair. It only goes down when somebody else sits on the
Oh.
chair. It goes down after a little while. If Beatrix hasn't been sat on the chair
Okay, so
for the last
you
few
go
minutes,
and
then it
you
might go
grab
down.
you grab Delilah and you jump and you say now, and then you hear like a shift of stone, and then nothing, and then you kind of just jump on the stairs, and you're just standing on the stairs holding Delilah. Nothing's moving.
I would like to drink a potion, please.
Okay.
That was my plan. At this
Okay,
point, I
all
can
right.
just see
So,
that shit's not going well.
all right. So at this point, we're a bit of frozen in time here. So if you want to go ahead and chug a potion, feel free. Let me just pull up the list of potions I had.
I wanted to drink I've got it in my bag as a fang potion.
You want to drink the Fang potion? Okay, so
Yeah.
you have one of those.
Insta-death.
So go ahead and mark it off.
Okay, that's yummy, 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 delicious.
Okay, so you drink the Fang potion, and as you do so, you you sort of emanate a green sort of glow, and as you do, you can kind of see like maybe like hints of like vines, kind of like sort of coming like out of your wrists and like going and spreading across your hand and going up to each at the tip of the fingers, and this is happening on both hands. It does not after the vine things happen. It does not seem to give any action, but that is all that seems to happen with it.
Ah, shit.
Outwardly. That's it. That is all that is the steps that it takes, and then that's it. And so
I thought I was going to turn into like this great big beast or something. I thought it was going to be like, yeah, you become like a bear or something for 20 minutes, and I was going to be like, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, instead I get vines on my hands.
You didn't drink the one that was marked bear.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I mean, the others just looked like I didn't know if it'd help. I mean, there's one that's a green fingernail potion. Why the fuck would I want to drink that?
I mean, for the record, in your head, you do feel a bit more in tune with nature, but outwardly, that's it.
Okay.
So Lyrus, you're standing on the stairs. Lyrus just drank Delilah just drank a potion. Vine's going up through her fingers, and it's basically complete. And all you can hear at this point is soldiers like basically walking over to you and going over to seize, seemingly you, Aurora, and Delilah, all three.
Can I
seemingly?
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you think that I could pass off the vines as like a horrific disease or something? It'd be like, don't get too close. It's terminal. It could kill you. I only have hours left to live.
I can also roleplay that. Like if I'm now like behind Delilah because I was the first to try and go down the staircase. Can I just be at the same point, just like Hardy by my shoulder, like, oh, it's happening again. I will not lose another member of my team.
Okay, so at this point, the general, who seemed to be the officer, is processed out of the room. So at this point, you're just going to address the soldiers themselves and try and convince them. So since Lyrus is helping you, go ahead and make a performance check, perform a deception check with advantage.
With advantage, I got 21.
You see on the soldiers' faces, they kind of like sort of like jolt back just a little bit, and like they're keeping their weapons and everything, and they're at this point they've kind of keeping their weapons drawn and they're kind of like pointed out, but they're kind of just standing still, and they're kind of just like looking at each, like they like look left and right at one another, and they're like they're just kind of like pointing, and they're like you're like Delilah, you're the one that hears them like kind of like chat, and but they're like, it's like, man, is this real? I don't want it to be real. It's like this is pretty intense, man. It's like I don't even know if it. That's what you hear them say that, and they're kind of just like frozen in place a little bit.
I start like gagging and like retching, like, and then like I kind of like. I mean, obviously, I know that Lyrus is still carrying me. I don't, Lyrus, how are you carrying me?
No. So I wasn't like at the point that you drank this potion. I'm like think of like a few steps down on the spiral staircase, and I'm behind with a shield, carrying behind a shield, and that's where I was like, oh my god, she's doing it again.
Okay. I kind of like I'd like to bend over, like double as if like and look as if I'm like clutching my stomach. But what
Okay.
I'm actually gonna do, and this is kind of gross, is I'm going to stick my fingers down my throat and I'm gonna force myself to throw up.
Oh,
Be like,
but you're forcing like vines
and
down your
try,
throat.
yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
This is
Really
like some
gross.
Tentai
And I'm
shit.
just gonna try and projectile vomit as much as I can.
Okay, make a performance check with advantage if you're gonna puke.
What did you have for lunch
With
again?
advantage, I had 16.
16. Okay, so yeah, you are okay. So in this situation, there are a bunch of there are 4 soldiers, walking down the stairs. There are soldiers that have their arrows drawn. They look like they're about to fire, but they're holding position. That is can be to your left if you're heading down this staircase. Delilah's behind you, but she's kind of broken free and walked in front of you. Lyris, you're short backing down the stairs. Aurora, what would you be doing in this situation as well? Like
I mean,
where would Aurora be?
I mean, I'm still on the stairs at this point, aren't I?
Are you just backing up with them?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, so gotcha. So Delilah, you puke on the stairs. Like actually, you actually puke on the stairs.
Can I?
And then the vines, you seem to make a convincing performance enough that you buy yourself a little bit more time.
Can I?
It's so contagious.
Can I whisper to Laura behind me and go sit on the chair?
Okay.
The throne. Go sit on the throne.
Can I guess I go to sit on the chair?
I mean, it'll take you a minute or so because you've got to go down a massive 100-foot staircase and then across a dark room. But
I mean, yeah. Can I? I mean, aren't they like trying to kill us?
no, they're
you're
still
walking
at the top of the
on
staircase.
this staircase. It's about 100 feet to the bottom, so you're gonna be walking for a little while, and then you got dash across the staircase. So it would take a bit of time, but you can do it. It would take, I mean, total. If you're sprinting the whole time, it would take like 45 seconds.
The situation, Bunny, is they're at the top of the staircase. They haven't yet come on it. Vria's just kind of like a few steps down, retching and stopping them from getting past because they're just like, what the fuck's this? And I'm just behind Delilah and you're behind me. So you theoretically can just sneak down.
Yeah, okay, I'll go. I'm sorry, I'm just picturing Delilah just fucking throwing up everywhere. Yeah, I'll get to the chair.
Okay, so at this point, one of the 4 soldiers, the rightmost one, that kind of like going off in like a sort of like semicircle going towards this hatch. Since you're ahead of Lyris, because Lyris basically backed up and acted afraid of you. I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They're gonna go and walk over towards you, get closer to you, and one of them is gonna do this. Yeah. So okay. So he rolls a. Sorry about this. Sorry about the suspense.
It's killing me.
They roll a. Okay, so he goes and he takes like the butt of his sword and he just thumps right at you on the head and he just whacks you basically just to try and get you unconscious. And he knocks you, and you basically go and your arms kind of give and you fall on your puke. You fall basically face down on your puke.
Oh.
And
Wait,
you're not
I'm
unconscious. You're not unconscious. No, you're not. He didn't hit you that hard. If you rolled better, he might have. But you are basically just face down. He just staggered you for a second, basically. Lyris,
I'm gonna just shout back at this point. You idiots! You have a chance to flee here. You literally have moments before she turns into a humongous fine creature. Last time this happened, I lost 5 of my best men. I can't get past them. I'll head down here for safety. You guys need to just get out of here.
I'd like to be like evilly chuckling at this point and looking up and be like, you touched me. You're gonna get sick too.
Okay, all right. He kind of like looks at you and he's like, he's gonna go for another like unarmed strike at you.
What a piece of shit.
11. He just hits
Oh.
you again. It does not knock you unconscious. That just really hurt. Lyrus, at this point, you see like these like the people that are drawing their bows. They release their arrow, and that's a 14 to hit you.
Hit me.
Yes, you.
Oh snap! I've got an 18, so no, they miss. I'll use my shield to deflect it. So
yeah,
I'm holding my shield
the
in
arrow
front anyway.
basically just goes against your shield, and you basically just hear them say, "Immobilize them. We must capture them before they are able to escape from us."
Okay, so as soon as I hear this, I kind of grab Delilah, kind of like from not the scruff, the scruff of her neck, but the back of her robes. Pull her to her feet and pull her behind me. And kind of step in front of her. So now at the top of the staircase with my shield raised.
Okay, as you pull her, the guy who's right in front of her gets an attack of opportunity.
On me.
Yes.
Fuck.
That's going to be.
Keep in mind, I'm going to use my fighting style protection, so that it'll be a disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay, good to know. That's a 20 to hit.
What, even with
Wow.
disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
What's his other roll?
A 17.
Why was
He rolled a 12 and a 17.
so? Was it not 12, or did he have like a +8?
You got 12.
probably
Well, no, you got
has-
12. And then so Rhea, that would be for you.
Wait, sorry, I'm really confused. You said he got a 12 and a 17. So how did he get a 20?
No, he got a 12. He rolled a 12 and he rolled a 17. So with bonuses, he got a 20 with disadvantage.
I'll just move on.
He has ability modifier, so he has obviously some kind of bonus like we do, and if he'd have stuck with the 17, it would have been 17 plus
25.
8, 25.
Right. Okay.
All right, Rhea, you take 9 points of slashing damage.
Sweet.
As he Rivers pulls you, and as he pulls you back, he basically reveals like the front of your body, and the guy just goes and he slashes you, and it basically goes from like shoulder to like waist, and there's just a giant slash across you. And as Lyrus, you just pulled her back.
Yeah. So I'm now at the front. Is this that soldier? He's actually on the staircase, right?
They're if you're pulling her, they started on entered the staircase. Yes. Well, this is only one guy. All three of them are. The other three are still kind of
around the top.
Around the top, like watching you guys go down. Basically, one guy is stationed up top. Or sorry, two guys are up there up top, having their short bows and just starting to now fire arrows at you guys as you kind of head down.
Okay, so considering how close proximity I am to this guard, I would like to roll. I want to kind of give him a little bit of a shield bash or something to kind of knock him off his feet. I want to. Well, sorry. Let me start again. What I want to do is I want to shield bash so that he would lose his footing and fall off the edge of the staircase. But then, if that works, my intention is to then, just as he's like on the edge, grab the scruff of his neck so that he's like literally, I am holding him basically from falling down. Before I say any more, can I roll for that?
Yeah. So you are gonna. 1 second. I'm just seeing what you would roll.
Yeah. So just to recap, I want to shield bash him so that he's going to fall off of the staircase, and I'll be grabbing him by the scruff of his neck as he's falling.
All right, so go ahead and roll a d20 plus your strength modifier.
D20 of 11, and my strength modifier is 4, so 15.
15. You do like you make contact with him, but he seems to be like you bash him, but you hit his shield, and he kind of like it make him like wobble back a bit, but he managed to kind of regain his stature pretty quickly. And so you can see that it did not successfully knock him over or do any sort of damage.
Can I try again, but also putting my feet behind his feet? Like,
all right. So what you're gonna do is go. So after that, they're gonna go ahead and fire more arrows at you from the two guys up top. So
yep,
that's gonna be a Natural 20 from one and 19 from another, but so that's from the 19 that is it's another so it's 2 20s basically.
Yeah, both would hit.
All right, so they're firing. One would be, I guess they would both be firing at you since you're showing resistance. So, in this case, ooh, that's a horrible natural 20. That's 2 1s.
Nice.
So it's 2 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
And then 5 points of piercing damage. So 7 points of piercing damage total to you.
That's been taken off. So I can go.
They as you're kind of bash this guy, as you're showing resistance, they immediately just fire arrows at you, and the arrows go and they hit you right in like the center of your armor. And while it does impact you and draw a bit of blood, your armor is sturdy enough so that it does not cause severe damage, even though it is a critical hit. And the other one, it goes and it hits like it goes through like the arm that's not holding the shield. So it goes like basically just through your arm right here.
Yeah.
Your forearm.
Cool.
Yeah. So other than that, you what would you say you like to do?
I would like to kind of like, obviously I'll recall and be like, and in retaliation, I'm just going to again swing again with my shield. This time, realizing that the first time, this is a sturdier guy than I thought. I'm going to take a step up with my left foot and kind of tuck my left ankle behind his right ankle as I'm pushing with the shield. With the intention here again is to trip him up. So as he falls off the staircase, but I'm going to catch him. But that's what I'm trying to do.
Go ahead and roll an unarmed strike attack again. So go ahead and D20 plus strength modifier.
14 plus my 4, so this time I got an 18.
18. Okay. That hits. Roll for damage. That just hits.
So I'm not rolling for damage. Unless
it's an unarmed strike. You do some bludgeoning damage.
I see. How much?
By hitting him? Either he's going to hit his head on the stairs, so he does take some damage.
Well, he's not going to hit. He's not going to hit heads on the stairs because, like I said, mate, my intention. I mean, I guess it'll take some damage from the actual shield hit. So if you want me to roll for that, I can.
Yes. But, so yeah, that's what you would take damage from that.
What do I need to roll for damage for unarmed strike?
It's 1 plus your strength modifier.
As in literally just 1 and my strength. Okay, so that's 5.
5 points of damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do you impact him with the shield, and you
again the idea
you kind of like you sort of stagger him, but then you said you catch him to make sure he doesn't fall or anything like that.
Yeah. So at this point, I want to be in a position whereby imagine this: he is at the top of this spiral staircase, leaning off the edge of the staircase, about to fall 100 feet to either death or severe damage. I am holding him by the top of his armor in an angle being where, if I was to let go, he is going to fall. There is no doubt about that. I am holding him up right now. And whilst that's happening, I'm just going to look up to, is it just 2 above us, you say?
Yeah, there's 3 still watching you from the stairs, and there's
3.
There are 2 to the left of you having arrows.
Okay, so 2, yeah, so 5 of them up there. Anyway, I look up to them and I go, I should strike you all down for your disorderly behavior of firing on a Failgone officer. You will stand down now, drop your weapons into this staircase, or this officer will be hitting the floor before your bows do, and you will find that yourselves the same fate.
All right, go ahead and roll intimidation with advantage since you have a hostage.
11.
Okay, this is the archers say up top. They said, "Steelfish Legion soldiers would prefer to die than be used as hostages. It is part of our nature to die, use the glory to die in battle." And he says, he is no officer. He's a foot soldier. He was trained to be disposable.
Then shoot at me again and let his life be on your hands.
All right. I mean, they're going to shoot at you. So
Can I look at the one specifically that said that to me and as a directing at him as if I just want you to shoot at me, not all of them, just the one that actually said that to me. I speak directly to them and go, then shoot at me again and his life will be on your hands.
Okay, I mean he's gonna knock up another arrow and shoot at you.
When I can, I'd like to do something. When it is.
All right, so
when
no,
it-
go ahead. I'll go ahead and say, go ahead. You at this point you've had a chance to do something, so by now you go ahead. What would you like to do?
Okay, at this point, it really looks like we're having a bit of a losing battle. And at least I'm looking around and I'm thinking, okay, there's only really one way that we're going to be able to get out of this alive, I think. And at least hopefully with the way that this happens, we're going to be safe. So I am going to shoot an Eldritch Blast at the ceiling.
At the ceiling, okay.
Mhm.
So that I will not say you have to roll the hit. You go and you cast Eldritch Blast through your staff, and it hits the ceiling. All right, you've kind of caused a silence over the room for just a few seconds.
Well, shit, my intention was to break the ceiling and have it
I
all
mean,
come,
go.
all
I'm
come
going.
down.
Do you want? Are you directing the ceiling damage to fall on the soldiers in front of you, or the soldiers like are the archers, or do you want to just try and like collapse the entire ceiling?
I'm just trying to bring everything down because I'm hoping that these stairs are going to start retracting very soon, and then at least we have a room to retreat into.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh, I forgot. I've actually got 2 Eldritch Blasts as well because I've got two
All right.
bursts.
So yeah, if you want, just go ahead and fire both. So go roll another D. Yeah. So okay. So 15
I got
points of
6
damage.
and a 9, yeah.
So you launch the Eldritch Blasts, and it does cause damage to the ceiling, and you can see like this large sort of chunk that was kind of like barely holding on and like was allowing light to pour in through the hole next to it. It comes loose and it falls. And this falling piece of rubble, it does not cause the whole thing to collapse.
Was there a Falcon soldier on it?
But it does cause a sort of a mini collapse, I guess. And this is going to do. This is gonna be funny. All right, so that's gonna be. This is when you're. All right, so this is gonna be fun. He takes. 1 second. Okay, so. All right, so that's going to be 7d6 of damage to that soldier from a falling piece of stone falling right on him.
So I misunderstood that. Rhea, did you shoot the Eldritch Blast above the stair, as in like at the ceiling above them?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were. I didn't question it.
I just the whole ceiling, but she knocked off a piece that was above them because
I see.
It's like but from her position, she's shooting up, which would cause a piece that's like pretty much near your position to fall, and that would hit one of the 3 soldiers that are surrounding the stairs.
I was getting confused. Like I didn't question it. I was like, hey, if this is what Delilah wants to do, she can do it. I thought she was shooting because obviously there's technically 2 ceilings, isn't there? There's the ceiling for us, which is technically the floor they're standing on, and then there's the ceiling above them. I thought Rhea was technically shooting the ceiling for us, which is the floor that they're standing on. So I was like, okay, interesting, but what if that collapses on us? But okay, I see what she did. That was a good move.
All right, so okay. 5, 11, 14, 19, 24, 29 points of bludgeoning damage. So the 3 soldiers that are standing there, 2 of the 3, the ones on the right side, get impacted by vertically, and they just get knocked over. And while they are alive, you can assume, it crashes right on top of them. And it's a miracle they're not dead, but they are definitely unconscious and definitely broke some bones.
Nice.
So two of the 3 in front of you are unconscious. There's still the one that's on the stairs that is walking towards you. There is one that is still above the stairs, still looking down on you, and there are still 2 archers pointing at you. So you eliminated 2 of the enemies. You basically knocked them out, but they definitely probably shattered a bunch of bones.
That's cool. So yeah, when that happened, I'd like to say like my eyes are glowing, obviously, and I have like the black lips and the black veins and stuff, and I know that I'm completely covered in my own awful puke.
Yummy.
So like as I'm walking up, so I kind of like I move in front of Lyris because I think Lyris is in front of me. I think he might be a step up above me.
Yeah,
he's
so.
in front. He's in front and above you.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna like basically step past him, and like Delilah is, she's fucking pissed, man. She's super, super angry. And she's basically just gonna like, okay, can I DM you something super quick?
All right, so yeah, while you're DMing me, I'd like to say at this point, with that relatively large collapse, it's a large enough chunk of the ceiling to take out basically 2 of the soldiers. The other like 7, the other 7 soldiers that were lined up start walking towards the stairs to all kind of come towards you, and you can hear like a doom, 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 as like heavy footsteps of that you assume to be the general kind of walking back through the ruins, starting to walk back in through the building to notice what the noise was and see what's going on.
Okay. I sent you that message.
All right. Let me just check real quick. Okay. Yeah. So you notice that whenever Delilah says, go ahead and say what you would like to say. When you would like to say that, Delilah.
Okay. Do you want me to describe what I just sent you as well and like say that? Or do you
No,
want
you
to
can go ahead. You don't have to. So just go ahead and go ahead and say what you said again.
Okay. So like as I step past Lyris and I'm like super pissed off, I basically like I'm kind of like screaming at them. And I basically say, I didn't hang on, I think I should have written this down. I say, I didn't make a deal with a chaotic, murderous god to be killed by some whining babies wearing metal.
All right, and as you say that,
I'm a whiny baby wearing metal.
Yeah, you are, but it's okay because you're cute.
Oh.
as you say that, Delilah's voice, you've known this for a while. It's generally it's calming in the way that it's also all constant, but to say it politely. But you've known Delilah for a decent bit now. It's been months probably with this at this point. So I'm spent with her, going through this journey, and you've known her voice pretty well. But at this point, when she says that, you hear every like word she says is like backed up by this ominous and forceful voice of like feminine strength, just sort of like packed all into those words. And so when she says, and like you kind of like, and it's sort of like it's not only just like a loud noise, it's also sort of like enforcement on what she's saying, and sort of like backing up her own threat. It's just, I did not make a deal, and it's sort of like booming like that. And then at this
like she's
point,
possessed almost. Like, like think of like possession in the horror film where like you get like a demonic, their voice goes like almost like deep and demonic. Is that what you mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's sort of, she seems to be in control, but like her voice is sort of booming, and it's not as much of like creepy or anything like that. It's just kind of booming, like of sort of like on a like deity level of booming.
Cool.
And that backs up her. And go ahead and roll an intimidation check with advantage for me, Delilah.
Key intimidation with advantage. With advantage, I got a 23, which is not quite a nat 20, but yeah.
So with that roll, the soldiers you see the archers kind of like loosen the tension of their arrows and kind of put their bow and arrows down, and they're still holding them, but they're keeping them at their side. And the soldiers that have their swords like pointed towards you, they kind of like just drop them, and they don't hit the floor, but they're just kind of like the point of the blade is pointed towards the ground, basically, of sort of like, I didn't sign up for this shit kind of thing. And it's basically complete silence as that is announced, and you can just the only thing you can hear is the thump, thump, thump of the noise of assumably like the metal clank of armor, along with heavy footsteps, kind of like walking, and you see towards your vicinity to be kind of, you assume to be the general, but unknowingly, I suppose.
Okay, cool. I suppose I don't know whether I don't know if Lyris or anybody else wants to do anything because I've just done that little bit.
Whilst well, not whilst that's happening, because I'm pretty certain that whilst that was happening, that was definitely the center of everyone's attention. In this kind of moment of quiet, is it possible for me to? I appreciate I'm in quite a precarious position. I appreciate that I am currently balancing on a staircase, holding another man's weight up over this. I'm still holding this guy over the edge here. With my right hand, can I take my coin of all seeing out and just give it a flick whilst looking at the guy that I'm holding?
Okay, so go ahead and
Ching, ching, ching.
so as you do the signature coin flip, the coin starts, and then for just a brief moment, you're able to kind of perceive. You have a moment to just look around and notice everybody. And currently, from your standpoint, you can't really see like someone like the general walking in or like all the soldiers, but the one soldier you can see above you would be, honestly, they're all gray, every single one of them.
Including
All
the one that I'm holding?
Mm-hmm. All of them are gray.
Can I? Okay. I just want to. Actually, I won't DM you. I'm just gonna do it
Okay.
because it's bad because I know I'm not the DM, but I just think of like, if this happens to go this way, this will be such a good story arc for this way. It's like, wait, no, I'm not a control here. I just roll the dice.
I'm down for it, man. Keep going.
So,
sorry if that was loud.
that's right. So I'm holding this guy over the staircase, and I kind of turn to him, and I say just quietly enough that he's going to hear it. People above me may hear it. I don't know. It's an echoey cavern, but yeah, I'm specifically going to tone my voice down a little bit and speak directly to this guy that I'm still just holding over the edge, and just go, I don't know about you, and I kind of like gesture to Delilah behind me, but we're the winning side here. And them, they have no loyalty to you as they've just shown. Stand behind me and fight for us, and you'll get out of this without a broken bone.
Okay. Go and make a persuasion roll for me with advantage because he's being held hostage.
I like having hostage, actually. Persuasion. With advantage, 17. I mean, it was 17 regardless, actually.
Okay.
Can I just say that, like, all of my persuasion and intimidation checks so far have been 17?
Yeah, pretty good.
I'll take it.
Good rolls.
Yeah.
He says to you, kind of, the soldier who is.
I pull him close to my ear.
Yeah. So this
Seductively.
this black soldier who is sort of weathered and seems like he's been through a lot. His hair is sort of a bit messy, but and his face seems like he's a bit weathered. And just seems like he's been through a lot, even though he seems to be like his age is pretty young. Like I would say like early 20s. He seems like he's basically seen and been through hell already. He goes and he kind of says like, I can't support you, but I can give up on chasing you for now. I'm a soldier, and you know that, and you are too. I don't know who you are, if you're someone who stole that armor, but I have a feeling you understand.
And again, holding him, I say, I got out of the Legion. I'm not one of them anymore, and you don't have to either. But unless I know that you'll fight with me, I can't put you behind me.
What's your name?
Lyris Mornshield.
It was nice to meet you, Lyris. And then he pushes off of you and he basically goes into a free fall.
Oh, snap!
And I mean, I don't even have to roll for damage. That's gonna be a lot more. I mean, I might as well. And he just goes, and you hear this boom, and like this sort of splash of water.
Hopefully, it didn't land on Alora.
He did not.
Alora, Alora's just quite casually just walking to the throne, just next to her. Stoosh.
Just power walking.
All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and roll these. Oh, that's a lot of sixes. 11,
Well,
11, 16, 17, 20, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34 points of damage.
Oh, it's nice knowing him.
He goes and
And he's already had 5.
He impacts. And it's complete silence. You don't hear anything else.
The air is leaving his body.
It's complete, but it's complete silence in the chamber, in the room you are coming from, and on the staircase. And I would like to say on this staircase, it's still like you're still going through that narrow gap. It's just like you're walking a bit slower than usual. But I would still like to say, like when you're entering this staircase, you're still going through that narrow gap as well.
How's Allura getting on at this point, by the way? As in, how far would have Allura traveled at this point?
Around this point, Allura would be, going up, and she, Allura, at this point, you're. I would say, like a few more seconds, like 6 more seconds from actually getting right next to Beatrix and the throne as well. And you can see Beatrix is off of it, but she's kind of just like basically just spectating this whole thing from a distance, even though she has a disadvantage with no dark vision. So, Laura, what would you like to do?
I mean, sit on the throne.
Okay, so immediately after you go, you sit on the throne, and you can see as sort of while the crack itself, which allowed you guys to even get in the staircase, remains open still because you could basically barge it open and it's from the top. The staircase begins to sink, ladders, as you and everybody else go and start sinking below. And you can hear the soldiers up top saying, "Quickly, go after them, get a ladder, get a ladder, get a ladder." And you can see like all these soldiers and you can hear this general soldier like, "What is going on? What is going on here?"
Nothing.
And that's
I don't
and
really say that.
Like,
and you guys are slowly, basically slowly lowering down. Before you guys, a few seconds later, reach the bottom, and the stone staircase and the mummified corpses disappear from the floor into the floor.
I mean, I'm literally like just staring up at the hole at the minute and just waiting to see if anybody's going to come down. Still very angry.
Can I go and check on roughly where the Steelfist Legion soldier fell to see if he's still alive, to see if I can find his body?
Yeah, so it's easy enough to find because once you're lower down and right next to him, you're basically right next to the body. Go ahead and make a medicine check for me, or make an investigation check to check the damage.
I just want to check if he has a pulse, really. 9. It is dark.
Takes you a moment to find him, just because it's dark, even though it was right next to you. But you kind of like stumble your way a little bit, and you touch his body, and then you go and you feel his neck and you feel his wrist, and he still has a pulse, but it's very, very faint.
Can I do a medicine check on him to try and kind of stabilize him then?
Go ahead.
13.
You assessing like the damages he has, you can see like at points where the armor is basically just as kind of like split a little bit just from the impact damage on the back. You can see like it's kind of like cracked and left up a gap already, and you can see like blood pouring out of it. So from what you have, you bandage his the blood, but you're not able to fully like assess everything that's gone wrong. But I mean, with a roll like that, you at least managed to block any open blood there, like any open wounds.
That's fine. And as my last kind of action with him, can I unsheath any swords that he has on him or any daggers, and just kind of yeet them across the darkness?
Yeah. So in his pockets, he has. Make an investigation check for me.
Yeah. Again, I'm looking specifically for weapons. 7. Yep.
You find his longsword, and then you find one Steelfist Legion dagger, and a shield.
Both of those. I leave the shield, but the dagger and the longsword I yeet across the room, like not into the darkness, into the water. As far away as I can.
Yep, you throw it, and then you hear sploosh, sploosh,
sploosh, sploosh.
Sploosh,
sploosh. You've tossed it.
Cool.
You can still hear the commotion upstairs as they're seemingly um, assessing what's going on and everything.
I kind of fund my way in the dark, and I can just see this, this purple glow, which is Delilah. When I get to her, I just go, Delilah, come on, let's reconcile with the others, and kind of like gesture to come towards the throne.
I
What was all of that?
reluctantly follow.
So you followed you, Delilah. All
Yeah, kind of reluctantly. I'm not saying anything at this point.
right, so me
What
and
was all that?
so we go towards the throne. Who's that speaking?
Beatrix.
Oh, okay. Have we got? I wasn't sure like the distance to the throne. So have we got to the throne? Have we?
Yeah, I mean, it just takes a little bit, but I mean, I'm assuming you guys sprint because this is. You guys
Yeah.
want to do it quick. Yeah, so you guys get there, and what was going on that whole time?
It's the Felgon Legion. Steelfist Legion from Felgon. They somehow knew our location, or I don't know. Maybe it was just pure luck, but they've cornered us. We've managed to take out one of them, but there's more upstairs. Actually, more than that. Sorry, because I managed to get a couple of them. But we're stuck down here temporarily. We're going to have to, but they don't know that we're stuck down here. For all they know, they don't realize, they might think we have a secret way out. I think our best bet at the moment is to stay quiet and, keep lights off, make them think that we're escaping through another way. And if any of them come down, then we have the advantage against them.
Okay. So at this point, you hear stone shifting again, and it's coming like from like the distance that you hear. It echoes through this large chamber, and you can hear it coming from the hatch, and you can hear this like this, and you can see like this. You can hear stone shifting, and you can see like the hatch. The light from the hatch is starting to get brighter and brighter, and kind of come more to like a full circle. And you can hear grunting, and you can hear the stone shifting as like the hatch is slowly being pulled more to allow more space, basically. And you could see and then you could see it's like you can hear someone say, "Now drop the ladder," and you can basically, and you see like this basically like rope ladder just and like unfurls and goes all the way back down, and someone's like, "Let me go down first."
Laura,
Can I-
firebolt it.
I was gonna say, can I aim an Eldritch Blast at the hatch itself, like basically like at the stone, like right beside it, essentially, to try and bring it down so that they end up just taking all the fall damage and falling amongst stones and shit.
Okay, so you go ahead and one or two Eldritch Blasts. You want to try one or two?
2.
Okay, so no one at this point has actually gone down yet. Unless this is like kind of like a preemptive strike, I guess, if you wanted to call it that.
Yeah.
So go ahead and just kind of like warning shots, I guess.
I got
Yeah, so
17 and an 18.
So you basically blast around the hatch, and he's like, and he says, "Shit. Well, that gives us one option." And he starts, what do you do? What do you do? And then he basically, and you can see as like this guy, this general character that you met earlier, starts climbing down the ladder rather quickly, like back facing you, and he seems to be he keeps climbing down. This the large general, the large officer that you met earlier.
Was I not able to damage the hole enough to like open it up?
Since it's such heavy stone, you weren't able to do anything but mark it.
Okay.
I kind of turn to Laura and go, Laura, burn that rope down.
You got it. I'm gonna cast a firebolt, which I haven't done in a long time, by the way. It's been a while. I'm gonna cast a firebolt.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit the ladder. It would be a bit. What's the range on your firebolt?
120 feet.
120 feet.
All right, you hit it. So go ahead. So
17?
you hit it, and you sort of kindle the flame that's in your hands, and then you launch it outwards. And as you go, and it goes and it strikes the ladder, and this rope ladder. And as it goes, it sort of ignites and starts to slowly spread down. And you can see the fire starts to like quickly kind of like go up the ladder and starts to slowly burn it down, but not enough that it would like instantly make them fall. But he still keeps climbing down.
But the ladder now doesn't reach the floor.
Yeah, I mean it's starting to weaken the ladder, but it's like on fire, but still kind of hanging in there.
I mean, where was the firebolt aimed for? Was it aimed for the bottom or aimed for the top?
It would have been for the top in order to
Yeah, the
snap
top.
it at the
To
top,
snap it at the
so
top.
that he falls further. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so you can see it is on fire and it is starting to slowly spread downward as it goes, as it is at the top. But it seems to be like a thicker kind of rope, so it would take a little bit to actually burn all the way through it. And the general seems to be the officer keep climbing down.
Okay. At this point, I am going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
So that's one of my spell slots. I'm casting it at a level 3. Although it doesn't really have an effect on that anyway.
Gotcha. Where would you like to place this mirror image?
So I would like to make the three duplicates of myself. So there's technically 4 of me standing there. And I'm like, as I'm moving forwards to head towards the ladder, I'm just walking. But I'm just making it so that I've got 2 on my left and 1 on my right, and we're just like walking in unison towards the rope.
Okay. As you do that, the ladder you hear after the casting and you go and do that, you hear the rope ladder eventually snap, and you can see as it's a soldier at the top, like general or damn it, officer, um, and they go and they fall, and sort of like in front of him that you couldn't see the officer in front of him, like while climbing down the rope ladder, he had a soldier and he was like basically holding him by like the chest plate and was basically holding him, and he goes and he falls, but he takes the soldier and basically just like puts him like under him, like below his feet. And then when he hits the floor, all the impact force goes onto the soldier, and so the officer lands on top of the soldier and just splatters the soldier.
Oh,
And he
snap.
basically just like broke his back and just splatted him a little bit.
For the Legion, I guess.
Yeah, and then he kind
I
of
can't
says,
believe you used to work for these guys.
Yeah. When I was
and
12.
and then you can see like, and they just draws his long story. He says, "I've had enough of this."
Believe me, so have I.
So you guys, at this point, you have 4 mirror images, 2 on your right, 1 on your left, I believe is what you said.
Yeah.
And walking towards them. Anything else you guys would like to do? Otherwise, we can roll initiative.
I will walk in front of all 4 of Delilah's images. You know, I kind of. I'll just
You've
kind of
got to catch up to me. I've already been walking.
Well, I was going to say, like, I didn't really want to interrupt everything that was being said, but like, assumably, what Lyris would have been doing is, whilst they were climbing down the ladder, and you guys, I would have been walking forwards with my shield. So I'll just say that I'm kind of like, I'll just plant myself halfway between where the bottom of the ladder is and where the throne is. I was like walking forward, shield ready, just watching this happening, because Lyris can obviously do nothing from distance, so he's been just like slowly making his way forward in the darkness.
Okay, so
Melly, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm kind of just standing behind, I guess, getting ready to fight.
Beatrix is like, "Who is this? Is the Steelfist Legion guy?
Yup.
Are we allowed to kill him?"
Oh yeah.
Yarp.
Alrighty. And she just kind of goes and she kind of forms like the large, like the dark, like infinite void, like a void matter starts like going in her hand. She says, "Well, then let's take care of him." So I believe with that, we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative when I get back. Let's go ahead and go to the battle table.
Fuck
Woo!
yeah.
So this is the battle map, and we're gonna go ahead and start by everybody rolling initiative, if you don't mind for me, please.
Yes. Initiative.
I got a 13.
11 is not great.
I was just drinking my drink. 2 seconds.
We're gonna go ahead and roll for Mr. Officer Man, and then for Beatrix.
21.
Ooh, that is not good for Officer Guy. Okay, Beatrix rolled a 13. So that means for Delilah, you would share an initiative, but what's your dex, Delilah?
My dex is, as in like the smaller number, is 1.
No, the big number. So it'd be
Oh,
what?
12.
12. Yep. So you go first. So it's gonna be 25 20. That's gonna go ahead and be Aurora, you're up first, and then 20 to 15. I believe nobody got above a 15.
No.
And then 15. So then it's gonna be Delilah, then Beatrix,
Then me?
then you, Iris.
Nice.
All right. All right, y'all. So he rolled pretty bad. So first up, Aurora, Delilah, you're up next.
Cool. So he's currently coming down the ladder, right?
Yeah, Aurora. So this is you, and he is officially down on the ground. There's
Down on the ground. Cool.
there he is basically standing on top of a dead Steelfist Legion soldier. He drew his long sword, and yeah, he's about that far away from you.
Okay. I think for now, I was thinking about using Scorching Ray, but I think I'm just gonna stick with a Firebolt for now.
Okay.
Just because I think it's, hope if I hit it, then it'll probably do a decent amount of damage to begin with. I don't want to use stuff like Thunder Wave because I have Lyris and Delilah in front of me, and I don't want them to get injured.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do a Firebolt for old times. Oh no, I got a 12.
Yeah, 12 does not hit, sadly. So you release a fireball, and it does go and get near him, but it just goes. It goes straight for his chest, but then he kind of dodges out of the way and just goes right past him and streaks through the darkness and hits in the middle of nowhere. So
Yikers.
is there anything else you want to do on this turn?
I think I'd like to. I can move, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I want to move forward just a little bit because I feel really weird being quite far away from them. Maybe like 2 squares. Yeah, like
Okay.
that.
All
Yeah.
right, so you move 10 feet forward. All right, is that gonna be your turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, awesome. So next up, Delilah, Beatrix, you're up next. So yeah. So
Okay. Okay. I am with my duplicates. It says like they're kind of like they're always shifting, like and moving around, so that it's impossible for them to, figure out which one of me is the real me.
okay.
So what I'd like to do is I would like to move so forward to my left a little bit. So like
You're gonna
diagonal
like this.
other side.
We'll say
Other
so
side.
for us,
Other side.
forward is towards the officer.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, sorry, I was
Okay.
not very clear with that.
Just to be clear, for us, we're going to say like heading north or going forward is towards the officer.
Okay. All right.
And so because you don't have to like replicate this on the battle map if you don't want to, but essentially because it says that the images are always moving around so that it's hard to tell who's who, at a point where myself and all of my images intersect, that's when I would like to try and cast Eldritch Blast, because obviously the blast will only come from me, but the others all duplicate as if they're doing it. So I'd like to...
Rhea,
What?
just in case you hadn't noticed, the duplicates move with you and mimic your actions. So no matter where you are, if you cast a spell, it will look like they cast a spell as well. So it will look like he's being hit 4 times by Eldritch Blast, but it'll only actually hit him once. So basically, you can do whatever you want, wherever you want, and he will never be able to tell which one's the real you.
Oh, so it will replicate the magic as well, just not the actual damage. It will just replicate the image of the magic, because obviously Eldritch Blast is a physical-looking spell.
I mean, yeah, it'd be silly. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Drivens, but it'd be silly if like they do all the hand movements for magic, but the magic clearly comes from that one.
Yeah, I would say in this case,
It's mimicking everything.
it's mimicking everything. So it would, yeah, probably seem like a bunch of four Eldritch Blast beams at once, basically.
But only one of them would actually do damage, and it'd be the one from you,
Yeah,
which you
one
wouldn't know.
does damage them.
Oh, okay. All right then.
I mean,
Well,
cool
then,
idea.
Ignore that last bit then. I'm just going to cast Eldritch Blast, and I'm going to do the 2 rays for it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so yep, d20. I got a 7 and a 12.
Is that with your modifiers?
Uh,
No, it's not. You just roll a d20. So go ahead and add your spellcasting modifier. I think it's 8.
Well, it says my spell attack bonus is 7.
7. Okay, yeah. So then that's 14 and 19. Okay, so the 19 just hits. The 14 misses.
Okay, well, I got 3 with the one that hits.
Okay. So you go in, one goes wide, and you see like the streaking arc of force energy goes go through the chamber and hits the far side wall. The other one hits him directly in the sternum, and he takes 3 points of damage, and kind of like jolts back just a little bit.
Okay. Again, I mean, I'm still able to move, aren't I?
Yep.
Okay. I would just like to. Yeah, I'd just like to move forwards 2 spaces.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Forwards. Oh my god.
There we go.
Thank you.
No problem. So that would next be Beatrix's turn. Now Beatrix, let's see what she can do. She got let me pull up her spells sheet. Okay, so she's gonna go ahead and use Charm Person. Charm at level. She's gonna use level 3 spell slot.
Nice.
So, Charm Person, at higher levels, when you use it for higher than second level, you can target one additional creature. Oh, okay, never mind. So she's gonna cast it actually at first level, just because it's only one target. So never mind.
You can charm me.
Yeah, we could charm you.
Are you within 30 feet?
Oh damn it. Okay, yeah, she's got a
Look at Rhea
5,
calling it
10,
out like
15,
you gotta
20,
move.
25, 30. I didn't even read the spell. What a dark. I didn't even read the spell. She can.
I was
move
elected to
half-
lead, not to read.
So she was here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That is just in range.
Nice.
She just barely is in range. And he has to make I believe it's a wisdom saving throw. Yeah, he has to make a wisdom saving throw. Now he's going to go ahead and do that. I think it's a disadvantage if you're in combat, so it's with disadvantage. All right, here we go. That is double 7s. He fails.
Ooh.
So now for
Oh, it says with advantage.
yeah, so with advantage. So but
Yeah,
you roll
with
double
advantage.
7s.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So if it fails saving throw, is charmed by you until spell ends, or you and companions do anything to it. So until 1 second. I have to find my there. Got him. He is charmed. And I believe. So yeah, he's now he is charmed. And I think that's gonna be the end of Beatrix's turn. Lyris, if you want to do while I'm finding this, you want to do anything. He is now charmed for 1 hour.
Noticing that I mean, like, okay, just describe it as how would we know he's charmed?
So when he's charmed, he you can see him. He kind of like stops in his tracks, and he kind of like while he was going to make a swing with his longsword, his tip kind of like points towards like the tip of the longsword points towards the floor, and it kind of like splashes in the water, and he kind of just like looks at you guys, and he's like, oh, good to know I'm in good company.
Aw.
So a smile creeps across Lyris's face, and yeah, I walk up to.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that. My voice is so weird about him. Sorry. He's like, nice dome and good company. There you go. All right, keep going.
No worries. So yeah, a smile kind of creeps across Lyris's face as I kind of walk forwards toe to toe with well, we don't know his name yet, but we know he's an officer. And yeah, so as I get kind of face to face with him, I kind of how tall? You say 6'4", right?
6'5".
6'5". So I'm 6'1". So you know a little bit of looking up at him. I look him in the eyes and go, I'm glad to see you've come to your senses, and I think you agree that that this situation needs to be put right. So you're going to turn around, you're going to look up to your soldiers and get them to stand down. You're going to allow us to bind you, and we're going to return you and your soldiers to Failgon to face crimes of attacking a fellow officer.
That sounds pretty reasonable to me. And he kind of like holds out his hands as if to get bonded by rope.
Sweet.
I kind of I still have a bit of my rope left, I think. Let me just double check my inventory.
He just says,
I do it.
Lyris, just be careful. This only lasts an hour, and after an hour, he knows he's been charmed.
Yeah, don't worry. I kind of like turn back and just go. It's just to get out of this situation. Don't worry. I turn to so yeah, I think I have a bit of rope left as well. I turn to Delilah and go, would you like to do the honors?
I think I might kill him if I do.
Alora.
Yeah, sure. It'll be my fucking pleasure. She kind of walks over, a little smug like look on her face because she's like, "Hell yeah, Lyris, let's go." So yeah,
I
and
love
I
it.
will tie his hands up.
Okay.
So I shout back to Beatrix as well and go, Beatrix, sit on the throne.
Alrighty. Just might take me a minute to get there. I can't see.
Alrighty.
She kind of like stumbles over and just eventually sits on the throne about like 20 seconds later.
And while she does this, and kind of like presumably we're going to be standing on the staircase as it kind of rises up or something.
Okay, 1 second, because it says you can attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range. So I need to make her a perception check to make sure if she can even see him.
Oh,
So he may not even be charmed. 1 second. Disadvantage. So that's a he was lit up, but he wasn't. But yeah, that you guys are still in darkness. I guess she could see him because he's right under the hatch. So he would have the light that just. Okay, you know what? She rolled a 3, so that would have not done the charm. But because of the I'll say because the hatch shed some light on her, she could see him. That's like the only thing she could see.
Okay.
So I'll actually let that one go. So he's still charmed.
So yeah, as like the staircase rises, I say to him, now you look up at your soldiers and you tell them to stand down and bind themselves. Stand down and throw their weapons down here.
Sounds reasonable enough. Sounds reasonable enough. Damn, my voice. What is going on? All right. Yeah. And so he comes over. He says, "All right, men, go ahead and drop your weapons. These fellows are going to be traveling with us. They have bounded me within rope to symbolize our friendship. And now we will be traveling together to our secret mission, and we shall be going to do that now. So, all right, men, let's go ahead and just make camp here, and let's go ahead and just settle down and all take a meal." All right, and I think with that, combat for now is resolved. I'm
No,
gonna
I still have viney hands.
yes.
Okay, cool.
Alright,
I still got no idea what's going on with that.
So at this point,
I do have a plan, by the way. Let me know when we're at the top.
I'm leaving battle cam up, just so you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I'm gonna say I'll be right back. I'm gonna go back to my DM station real quick. All right. So you guys now going up the staircase have the Steelfish Legion soldiers look awfully confused and drop their weapons, listening to their commanding officer. and start to kind of go back out the windows and start exiting out the door,
No,
to sort of form a perimeter of sorts.
Okay, that goes against what I was going to say. So as they start exiting, can I whisper to the officer and say, "Oh, wait! Tell your soldiers they need to come down here first. We actually defeated an old king down here, and there's loads of treasure by that throne. We're going to need many hands to be able to take this back to Felgon. Steelfist Legion is going to be rich for years if we bring this back. Get all of your officers to go down there to the throne right now. That we're going to need their help."
Okay, I'll get the field generals and the foot soldiers to go down there, and we'll get this real quick. This will be really easy and real simple.
Exactly.
And he suddenly turns in anger. Hey men, go down there! And he's like, there's treasure to be found. Come on. And also there's one thing I did want to do, because she casted I think it was first level spell or higher. I think it was for wild magic real quick for Beatrix, because she has wild magic. I forgot to roll. This is my mistake. I'm sorry. First level or higher, yeah. So roll d20. Nope, not a natural one. So disregard it. Nothing happens. All right. So, you see the Steelfist Legion is like Steelfist Legion soldiers, and foot soldiers, and then a few field generals you recognize for like the armband they're wearing. It's like sort of like a red sort of symbol embellished onto their armor, and they're kind of like looking at him so weird. But he's like, treasure, and he's like, yes, men, treasure. Come on, we must go down there, and we must give it our all because we're doing this for our friends. Come on, and they're like, and so someone were just like, this day is so weird. And they just go like all of them go down there. A few of them lift up the rubble to let their two friends that got almost crushed to death out, and they're just kind of like left there. But everybody else that is now conscious is now going down there and going to go work. And you can hear like the splashing of many footsteps down there.
So at this point in time, confirm for me, are all the Steelfist Legion soldiers either on the staircase or down at the bottom?
They are all on the staircase except the ones that almost got crushed to death. They're just laying there because their friends freed them from the rubble.
I again just quietly say to the officer, aren't you supposed to be supervising those men? Why don't you stand at the top of this staircase and just make sure they don't miss any of the treasure? You should be able to see any good glinting of treasure from the top. I think that's the best way to someone of your rank to be able to manage the situation.
Oh, you're right. That's my job. I forgot because we're such good friends. I didn't want to leave your company. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'll go ahead and he just goes in. He just stands like on the top of the stairs. He's like, I'll wait to go down.
And then as soon as he's standing on top of the stairs, I shout down and go, the heaviest piece is on that throne. If you go sit on it, you'll see it.
Men, go sit on the throne, please. Our friends are waiting. And you just hear this like, it's like I can't even see down here. And then you hear like this like thump, and then you see like this. Then you see like the stone. It's like slowly begins to descend. And he's like, what the? And he's not, the captain's not saying this. The soldiers are. He's like, what? That was our way out, Captain. What are you doing? He's like, quiet. Our friends did this. They trust me, and I trust them. This is a mutual understanding. Listen, we must go along with what they say. All right? And they're like, okay. And then
he's still there.
He's just slowly sitting down there, and he's like, all right, I'm down here. Now what?
Is the rope ladder still there?
No, it burned down. Like, I mean, it's still there, but the rope burnt and tore and stuff.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna start like pulling that up just in case, and my duplicates are gone by now.
Okay, so you pull up, and you actually got. I would say there's about. They didn't get a chance to actually lower it down, but there is like 30 feet of rope ladder left.
Oh, nice! I'm gonna put that in my bag.
Yep.
I turn to Beatrix. Can you uncharm a person?
I mean, let me see.
Is it
let me check.
They just need to take some damage.
Yeah, I mean, do you
That's
want
all
to hit
they
them?
do.
Do you want to hit them? I mean,
Yeah.
you want to Eldritch Blast them? You're the one that can hit from this distance.
Yeah,
There's
I
that
mean-
Firebolt, I think.
I turn to Delilah and go, would you like to wake him up?
Oh, it'd be so much fun. Yeah, I'm gonna send like an Eldritch Blast on there.
Let's see. Yeah, so go ahead and Eldritch Blast him. You still have to hit him. So go ahead and just roll the hit.
I got 19 and a 15.
First one hits. So
Nice.
they both
5 plus 7.
they both hit with your bonuses. Yeah. So
Oh, yes.
you hit him. Go ahead and roll for damage. Do you see how much damage we take just for continuity?
Imagine if he was actually imagine if he was a proper
5.
weakling and you actually just killed him.
5 points. Okay.
I should have just rolled 2d10 separately rather than
Okay.
2d10 because apparently that's
So-
always shit.
So he's standing there with his hands bound in rope, and he's just standing looking up at you guys, like pretty just kind of like looking up at you guys and smiling. And then you just see Delilah basically just like reel back and just whip basically like an Eldritch Blast, like 2 Eldritch Blasts go, and they both hit him, strike him directly on the top of his chest, and they just launch him back, and he just gets knocked off of his feet and onto his ass. And he's like gets like launched, and he hits in the water. He's like, "Oh my, wait,
I don't think I
fella,
can.
where am I? Where are?" And he kind of like looks up. He says, "You."
I'd like to
Let
cock
me
a
out
snook
of
at him,
here.
please.
Let me out of here.
And I just peer over and go, I'm Lyris Mournshield, and you will pay for your crimes against this continent.
What?
And
No.
you'll have plenty of time to think about
My
about
time isn't done. I still have a plan.
repenting your sins. And maybe one
Men,
day
cut these
you
ropes.
might be
Cut
able
these
to...
ropes.
Well, maybe one day we might be able to forgive you. But in the meantime, enjoy sitting on the throne. And I just walk away.
No, men, cut these ropes. Get us out of here. Come on. And you kind of see, you can kind of hear it's like,
kept their weapons
come
with us.
on. Like from the hole.
I'm gonna look down the hole and I just sent a gif into our chat, but basically I'm just gonna stick my tongue out and like pull one of my lower eyelids down and just go and then walk away.
You can just hear him like I'm not gonna do it just because of headphone warning, but just this guy basically just screaming like up at you guys at this point. And you can hear his men like just going rushing over, and then you can like you hear him cut the ropes, and he's like, and there's like, now what? And he's like, shut up. He's like, we gotta figure out a way out of here.
We should have kept their weapons up here.
It's all right.
Oh well, they'll
right.
resort to cannibalism before long.
As we're just walking away, I just turn to Delilah and go, so, vine hands, eh? That's new.
Are they still viney?
Yeah, you see like it's as if like they're like veins. You can just see like them barely like bulging out of your skin. There's just kind of like vines popping out of each, going to each fingertip, basically.
I always knew you were growing as a person on our journey, but this is something a bit more literal.
I'd like to slap him, please.
All right, you successfully slap him.
Yeah, can I like closely inspect my hands to like
Make an
I've
Arcana
got
check.
no idea. Okay. Are you kidding me? I have a fucking +6 in Arcana and I got 10.
It's always the way when you have high rolls.
Yeah, so
it's like in the
at this
stuff that I'm
point,
supposed to be good at. I'm
it's
shit.
like, what is this stuff? And Salt just comes in and says, I heard some noise. I just thought that you could help, or what happened? And just so you know, Delilah, you're the only one that can hear this.
Wait, who do I hear? Saul.
Yeah.
Wait, I can hear Saul.
Mm-hmm. Like, you can hear words, yeah.
Is he inside of the church? Or is he like
He
outside?
flew in through the window, yeah.
Okay, I am just staring at him, just like.
What?
Say what?
Say what again?
What?
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 This is weird.
This is weird. What the fuck? Salem! Salem! Where are you?
Salem just put his head up.
Aw.
Oh. Oh, he's down.
The real one.
Yeah,
just for
not the pig.
people who don't know,
The real
the real one, the real cat that they own that's named that. At this point, you hear like, what? And
Oh my goodness. That was...
you kind of see like a pig like start to like walk in.
So
What?
she sounds like, oh my god. My mighty steed. You
I'm not a
pretend.
steed.
Yes, you are. You carried me all the way here. I love you.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes.
So just as
Yes.
it's happening, like obviously from mine and Allura and Beatrice's point of view, we're just hearing and like crowing noises, and Rhea just, Delilah just, just doing the
Speaking
one-sided
normal.
conversation, just going, what?
Yeah.
And I just turn to Allura and go, have those vines gone straight to her head?
I honestly don't have a clue what's happening right now.
I'm gonna
Seems
be
like she drank a in tune with nature potion or something. I don't know. Is that a term? Is that a real thing?
I mean,
Guess so.
I'm gonna just say let's be supportive of her and go, yes, they're saying things to. Shall we go?
You just hear someone. You hear someone from the bottom say, "What the fuck is that? Oh, what's all that noise out there?"
Just lots of snorts and caws.
It's like, did they bring did they bring in like animals or something? What is that? You hear that from like the bottom.
Hey, Salem, take a shit down the hole.
I did it outside already.
Ah,
Salem.
God damn it. All right, yeah, we should go.
All right. What time is it after all this?
It has been it was morning, and then you guys got followed in. It's about afternoon. It's only been like an hour.
I almost forgot what we're doing. Right, so I turn to the group and say, well, shall we start making haste back towards Woodway Manor? We've got what
we should have probably asked him what mission they were planning while he was charmed.
That would have been a good idea.
And again, that's why you guys are the smart ones.
I
kind of assumed that Lyris would interrogate him, but
I mean, because what mission do you think the Steelfist Legion would have taking refuge in a ruin?
I mean, presumably it would be. Can I roll an intelligence check to kind of see if I remember any of the Steelfist Legion's like advanced tactics or anything like that I might have studied in school?
You can, but it'll be a higher DC just because it was a long time ago and you were a child. So it would be. You probably weren't clued in on literal military tactics.
Presumably, it's going to be quite a hard roll. And to be fair,
Yeah.
I'm not very intelligent, so yeah, only 7.
Yeah, it's you weren't really taught as a child military tactics. You would have been if you were in the Legion for longer. But
yeah, okay, no worries. In which case, I just say I can only presume that with the war being reignited in the Ashenland. And obviously with, I say obviously, you guys, I'm not sure if you've ever been to Failgon, but there's only one real good route of passage from Failgon to the Ashenland. I wouldn't be surprised if they are using this harsh terrain as a form of forward positioning to attack the northern Ashenland, or even potentially mount an attack further on Farados if needs be. I presume they would...
Should we be worried about it? I mean, like they're going to war with the Ashenland, but so I mean, should we be worried about this? I mean, like they declared war. I mean, we're already involved. I mean, because you guys said you killed an officer already.
That is true, but unfortunately, at this point in time, we don't have the power to stop an entire war. Right now, our focus still needs to be, has always been, and still needs to be, on getting that hex off of your back, so that you're okay. And from that point onwards, we still can't forget what we saw in Aspecia. We need to remind ourselves that there is a greater war to be had here. we should definitely be concerned about what they were setting up for. But right now, our focus needs to be getting that hex off your back and raising an army.
Okay. Uh, I guess so. I just don't think all this trouble. I just think you guys. I mean, like, do you think I should just go and get the hex off my back by myself, or do you think that like, because if you guys have some other stuff to deal with, which it sounds like you guys do, I could always see if I can talk to Mr. Woodway myself.
I mean, that's a decision that I have to leave in your hands. It would be your fate. If you feel that you could cross the Ashen Land safer by yourself, and if you think that you can deal with Mr. Woodway by yourself, then that's something to consider. And I kind of turned to Delilah at this point. I know your sister made quite the case to find you in the first place. Is the main reason why we even went westerly. God, that's fine. Valyrian. It's why I went to Valyrian in the first place. I kind of turned to Lyra. What do you make of all this?
I mean,
Would he? I mean, like, would he believe me? Do you think? I mean, I'm just as I don't know him as well. I mean, I was just his servant. I don't know him personally, but I mean, do you think he would believe me if what I
I
tell him?
don't know. I don't know. I mean, yesterday when we were looking to camp, you seemed pretty convinced that he would believe you and that we had enough evidence. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would. I mean, it would. I mean, it would take a while. It would take like a month to get all the way back to Woodway Manor on foot.
I mean, would he believe you more if you made up some sort of story to suggest that you betrayed us or something? You could say that you locked us down there. You could almost make it sound like that you're you could make it sound like that you are loyal to him, and as soon as he takes that hex off, you can then just run for the hills. It would take you a month to get there, but if again, you know your magic better than we do. If you think that you have time to do that before the hex consumes you, then great. We that would be beneficial for us. We could stay here, try and raise an army, and we could then march north through Farados to Aspecia. And in the meantime, you could then either meet us in Farados or Aspecia.
You can keep in contact with us with Saul like we used to.
So you okay? So your plan is to now raise an army.
That was always our plan. The only reason that we made a detour just for you. We obviously, I don't think we've really properly told you about what we saw in Aspecia, but I say fought, more like barely got out of our lives. These creatures that we've been fighting, that have been coming from underground, we've seen what can only be described as a titan compared to them. And if we don't raise an army to fight them at, where they've been coming from the most, which is, I'm not sure if you've heard of it, it's the Titan Trove Mine. We've been tasked to get an army to go up there to seal the fate of this world, save the world, as in stop the obvious fate that's coming to it. And now, don't ask me how we're going to raise an army, but that is our current goal.
I think that in this instance, although I've appreciated everything you guys have done, I think in this instance I would only just slow you guys down, because you guys would have to go at this point. All I have to do is retrace my steps and then convince Mr. Woodway, and if need be, I can get a letter from Saul that you guys could send or something like that, or if you want to write something down now or something like that that tells you of everything we've seen or captured or something like that, then he'll be more inclined to believe us. Me. He'd be more inclined to believe me.
You think he would believe you more if he knew the truth of what's been happening?
I think that at this moment, the uprising of monsters, which you've just told me about, the fact that there's a rogue god, the fact that there are monsters that are becoming rising out of the earth. I think all these things end up mixing with each other, and I think they're all the same issue at a certain point. And so I think my destiny is intertwined with yours ultimately in the goal we all share. And so I think that although I will be, if I do separate from you guys and I go and I get this rune off my back and I set my name, I get my name clear, I think that ultimately we could all meet back up in Aspecia and end this for real.
And if you can find any companions or groups on the way to with you, you know, just recruit anyone you can. That'd be fine. But again, I turned to Delilah. We came a long way to find your sister, and even further to try and help her. Would you be
Would
okay
you be
with
okay
this?
to let me go?
I think that with everything that I've seen, all of my dreams, my visions, everything that we've been through, as hard as it is to let you go, B, I think if I'm going to save you, I think this is the only way. Everything leads us back to Aspecia. And as much as it hurts to have to let you go again, I'm going to see you again in Aspecia. I know
Of
I
course
will.
you'll see me again. Listen, if things go south, I'll kill their asses, all of them. I'll burn down the entire manor. I'll kill them all. Literally, like, I'm not kidding. I will literally kill them all.
That's my sister.
Yeah. And she just goes and gives you a hug, and she says, I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too, B.
Whilst this is happening, I'm just like, I hug Alora and just go, it's beautiful. Like but like I'm hugging Alora really tightly, just like,
A bit too tight.
yeah, that's what I mean. Just like, almost like I'm so focused on this beautiful moment happening between sisters that I'm just like crushing Alora.
And she kind of says, like, it's a pretty long hug. She just keeps it for a while, and after a while, she just kind of goes and gets back up on, and she's kind of like, if anything about my powers have taught me anything, it means that if I'm gonna be the end of this, if I'm gonna be the destruction of this fucking world, I can't go. I'm not gonna die that easily. And she kind of like gets like the void matter going in her hands and stuff like that. She's like, so she says like, so they shouldn't fear. You shouldn't fear me dying. You should fear Mr. Woodway and them. I'll clear it up quickly, I promise. And then the moment I clear that up, there's no more running in my future of running from problems or our family, Delilah or anything like that. I'm facing them, and I'm facing them head on. I'm gonna kick their asses too.
We'll do it together. We'll destroy our family.
Hell yeah. And she kind of just walks over to Aurora and Lyris, kind of meets them, and just looks up to Lyris, being just, and she says, and she goes listen, and she kind of goes and she gets like her magic and kind of like yanks, like she gets the void matter hand, she kind of like yanks you down, like yanks your hand down, and then you kind of like, as if like your head's being like pulled down or something like that, you kind of like look right down to her and kind of like bend over, like as if like you're looking over her, and you say something, she says something like, if you die, or if she dies, I'll kick your asses. And I'll destroy this world for real, I promise. Not just because it's destined to, because I want to, just to kill you. All right? Got it?
And I just give her a little smirk and go, I don't doubt that.
And she looks to Laura and she says, I don't need to worry about you. You're a badass.
Thank
And,
you.
and then she's like, well, I guess this is goodbye for now, but trust me, it's going to be hell of a reunion next time we see each other.
It always
Safe
is.
travels.
You as well. And she
Oh.
kind of just she
Play the
turns her back
sad
and
music.
and she kind of just turns around and then just slowly starts walking away and she just goes and she just waves behind her back. So she's like turned to you and she just goes like turns behind you and just
I
waves.
look at Saul. I mean, I'm assuming that Saul is still close by anyway, and that I can still hear him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can
Yeah.
see. You can still. He's talking common for you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I look at him and I say, "Go with her. Make sure that she's okay. Report back if anything happens."
Will do. And he kind of just goes and he flaps and he just goes and he doesn't get on her shoulder or anything. He just flies kind of overhead, just keeping an aerial angle on her.
Cool.
Well, I guess we'll end it there for now, just on a good note. A bit bittersweet, but
On a sad note.
bit of a sad note. Yeah, for sure. Well, I love today's episode. I 100% did not expect anything to happen in this episode, but I was down for every single step of it.
It's one of those
Oh, man.
sessions where you probably had a massive plan and nothing happened in the plan.
Oh, for sure. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for sticking around.
Thanks for watching.
All of these episodes, all of them, crazy rides. But we love you guys so much. Thank you guys for everything, and we will go ahead and see you guys next time. Bye bye.
See you in episode 18.
Bye.
Bye.
Episode 18.
18.
Hey everyone, sorry about popping in here at the end. I just wanted to let you guys know our characters and our heroes are now level 6.
Oh, snap.
So next time you see them, they are level 6, and they will be continuing their adventures next time, just to continue this next leg of the journey. All right, love you guys. Be nice to each other, and I'll see you guys later.
Let's go.
Oh, snap.
I was literally going to be like at the end here, like, I really want to level up, Tribens. When are we next going to level up? I'm so glad that we've
Let's
leveled up. That's so
fucking
cool.
go. Let's go. Next arc, level up.